Representing the northern section is Santa Cruz High School from Santa Cruz. The Cardinals are dressing the white jerseys. Their assistant coaches are Robert Shipstead, Graham Shipstead, and Stephen White. The head coach is Ron Milhouse's 20th year. Their record is 27-6. They're making their second appearance, and they're ranked number 1 in Northern California. We'll go ahead and start introducing the supporting players. First, the Alemany Warriors, followed by their starters. So please welcome the Warriors. Number 3, Paris Lassiter. Number 5, Diego O'Murray. Number 13.
Welcome to the state capitol for day one action of the 2024 CIF State Basketball Championships. We're inside the Golden One Center, home of the Sacramento Kings, for the start of the Friday evening session. We'll begin with the boys Division III title game featuring Santa Cruz and Bishop Alemany out of Mission Hills, California. Well, welcome courtside here to the Golden One Center alongside Bill Herenda. I'm Steve Quiss. We're right at the midway point of Friday, and already some pretty good, exciting action has happened with a couple of more games to go here.
Absolutely, Steve. The season culminates in Sacramento, and thus far it's been a sweep by the North, as we can see with the graphics. So let's just caution, it's early. Oodles of hoop in front of us.
Yeah, pressure right now on Santa Cruz, and they're going to have to find a way to defend Alemany's top player, who is, of all things, a kid going to play college football.
Yeah, Michael Lindsay. Now, this is an athlete, a high-energy guy. He's averaging 21 in the playoffs over his last 9 games, a defensive playmaker. 11 is a conundrum for the opposition.
Santa Cruz is a team that's got a lot of good leadership both on and off the court. They've had a couple of pivotal team meetings this season that they think wound up getting them over the hump.
An arduous, circuitous route to Sacramento. They're on the cusp of a state title, and this is the kid who wants to lead them to it. Ben Dotton, a league MVP, averaging 17 and 11 over his last 2. He's right on pace with his season scoring average. 4 more rebounds in the postseason. You got to love that.
This should be a great game. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for this afternoon's game or early evening. For Alemany, it's Lindsay, as we just talked about, Mims, and then Shilobo along with Dorsey. And then I think one of the biggest humans I've seen here in Sacramento this week is 6'9" sophomore Sam Bengazzo. And for Santa Cruz, it's Smith, Humberpatch. Seals can fill up the box score, Hunter, and then the aforementioned Ben Dotton. Time to welcome in the third member of our crew here, Nikki Kay. Hi, Nikki.
Hi. Well, in reflecting on his team's journey this season, Santa Cruz head coach Lawan Milhouse told me, did I think we'd be good? Yes. Did I think we'd be playing for a state championship? No. Yet here they are, and coach credits the sheer will of his players. There was a turning point when this team decided that this was where they wanted this season to end. In early January, senior captain Ben Dotton called a players-only meeting to set the team's intentions. Then later in the month, Santa Cruz suffered a loss to Sacred Heart. It was after that loss that Dotton and fellow captain Kirby Seals came to coach after practice, and they said, hey, we're not losing anymore. The Cardinals haven't lost since, guys. They've won their way to the biggest stage. It might have been a roller coaster, but that wild ride has delivered Santa Cruz to the Golden One Center.
Hey, I'm feeling good. We had a production meeting earlier, and I said we're not going to have a bad broadcast. And so let's see if it works for us. Lawan Milhouse in his 10th season. He had knee surgery last season. Missed some time while he was recovering, but here they are. And they've won 27 games. Now for Alemany, the Warriors, that's head coach Mike Delaney. He's in his 3rd season. 2024 CIF SoCal Regional Champs. at Division III. So just ahead of the boys' Division III state championship game. Our referees for this one, Kevin Sue, Michael Martin, and then Greg Howard will call this one at the Golden One Center in Sacramento, California, home of the NBA Sacramento Kings. And already, as you had told us, it has been all north. They have won the first 3 games, so Alemany is trying to turn the page here for the South. They'll be in the maroon, and the Santa Cruz Cardinals will be in the white. About ready to jump at center. For Santa Cruz, it'll be DeMarco Hunter and Samuel Bengazzo jump against one another. First possession, the Cardinal, again in the white. They lob over the top, and misfiring right there is Kirby Seals.
Great execution and coaching early, just didn't convert. That certainly will be an anomaly, an aberration for the talented Cardinals.
Mims had his pocket picked, and then there's a foul in the midcourt. That stops the break of Ben Dotton, who's a big guy as well. And so the game's first foul is going to go against the Wolverines. Make it the Warriors, rather. Spin move inside. Dotton, and another miss. So 0 for 2 to begin things here. And we've got a whistle. We're going to have a foul against Alemany's Bourgeois Shilobo. Little extracurricular activity there on the rebound.
So Shilobo here secures the defensive rebound, which you love to control your defensive glass. However, you see him here clearing space, and just a little exuberance there, and of course an excellent call by the officials.
That's going to be the first on Shilobo. Driving in, somehow getting up a shot there was Demica Smith. And in the run out, stepping through a little Euro step at a bucket there, Michael Lindsay.
The nephew of Cheryl and Reggie Miller. Athleticism running in the family. Great finish on the break.
That's a football player right there, signed to play football at Idaho State next year. You can see going into that traffic. And speaking of getting into traffic and finding a shot, Kirby Seals as his first made field goal of the game. Of course, we're on a bigger floor here. A few extra feet. The lanes are bigger as well. There's quite the adjustment period for both these teams.
So we see Lindsay here in transition, finishing, scooping, creative. And then down at the other end, Seals, who's a real game changer off the dribble, gets to his spot, straight up and down, avoids picking up an offensive foul and gets to the bucket.
A couple of team fouls against Alemany. Last foul was on Mims, leading scorer for Alemany. 17 points a game. Here's Lindsay. Lindsay will put it on the floor. Drive here over Smith. Came up short, and it's rebounded there by Kirby Seals. He'll get 7 of those a game. Nearly a pick in the open court by Lindsay.
See both teams in man-to-man, Steve, here early.
A couple of teams that were the 3 seed in their regionals and emerged as champions to play in a state championship game. For this Santa Cruz team, they were 27-6. They won a state title back in 2005. Pete Gould Jr. was the head coach then. And a turnover by the Cardinals. That's their first. A drive there by Dorsey, and he missed back iron. Rebounded by Hunter. Seals lines up a 3 and misses. Well, it's tough to shoot in an NBA arena, isn't it? Especially early on.
Little adjustment period, no question about it.
Stepping through to find a shot was Lindsay. Trying to save it out of bounds and doing so nicely with the Warriors. That was Shilobo that saved the possession. He gets it inside, turns on his man, and another miss.
Now you love that shot because it's such a high percentage shot. It was a great post feed, like Cumberbatch.
Dotton now, spin move inside on Shilobo. Dotton drives in and had it blocked. Well, I'm not sure up in Northern California when they play there on the coast of Santa Cruz, they've seen a lot of rim protectors like Alemany has.
Shilobo and Bengazzo are going to argue over who gets the block there.
And Bengazzo gets it to go down. His teammate Shilobo, a little friendly fire there. He went up to try and get the offensive rebound, got undercut, and fell to the ground. They have not whistled a foul.
The difficult part of this play is that he doesn't have the ability to brace his fall with his forearms.
That is a big boy, 6'8" junior. So here's the shot up by Bengazzo. Yeah, then you see needing a little timeout there was Bourgeois Shilobo. He's one of 3 transfers for this Warriors team. Really, the season kind of turned around when these 3 transfers came in. You look at their body of work in the Mission League. They won only 1 game in the Mission League, still made the playoffs, and that's because it's by far the toughest league in the country.
Yeah, it's incredible. And this is a kid who averages 10 points, 9 rebounds a game, and very resilient, as we can see.
Shilobo, Mims, and Bengazzo are those 3 aforementioned transfers that turn things around for Alemany, and a steal there by Bengazzo. 4-2 start for Alemany. Halfway home in this first quarter. Next dead ball, we'll have our first media timeout, unless it's a free throw attempt. Here's Mims, yet to get it going. Could be a block right here on Ben Dotton. That's going to be the second foul for Santa Cruz, the first on Dotton. And a quick inbound and a shot off the inbound, another friendly bounce. That's Mims, who averages 17 points a game here in his senior year.
Such a good on-ball defender as Mims as well, a great two-way player.
And that ball thrown out of bounds for a turnover.
So, of course, early on, you'd love to minimize your turnovers, get high percentage shots, outwork your opponent.
Santa Cruz is shooting 16%, 1 of 6. That's going to stay with Alemany, and they'll make a substitution now. We'll get our first look at Jared Vegala, who's a senior, their top 3-point shooter. And then Shilobo comes back in.
You're right, Steve. Vegala, you got to guard him at the hotel. Shooting threat.
Dorsey finds his shot, almost rebounded by Shilobo, but they do get the offensive rebound out to Vegala. Here's Mims, crossover dribble to the hole with the left hand and scores it. That's a nice move there. Back-to-back made field goals for the senior point guard. On the other end, dumped inside, and that's going to be out on the Cardinals.
Absolutely gorgeous move by Mims. He's got that Mike Conley type game, the scoop shot, little extended pressure here by the Cardinals.
Turnover starting to mount, and that's going to be a third made bucket by Alemany in a row. Paris Lassiter off the bench, the junior, with a bucket. It's 10-2. Santa Cruz still looking for their first points, an 8-0 run here for the Warriors of Alemany. Got to become the first Southern team to win here. First 3 games went to NorCal teams. Dotton lost the handle, got it back, and a foul is going to be called underneath.
Now we see Mims here cogitating, kind of feigns using the screen, lefty scoop, absolutely gorgeous. We got a great job by our crew here, the elevated angle, kissing it off the glass. And Alemany started off 1 of 5 from the floor, 4 of 5 since, one can say, an incendiary 4 of 5 early to get the extension.
Here's Dotton at the free throw line. What a run he's been on the last 2 regional games. He's averaged 17 points, 11 rebounds, and maybe getting to the free throw line and making 2 right there will start his offensive game. They're going to need it. And he knocked that one away to force a turnover. Back on the run out, a little Euro step, Kirby Seals. And a blocking foul is going to be called here. Seals will get a chance to go to the line for 2.
Coach Milhouse raves about Seals' athleticism. You can see they're in transition, and a good attempt by Mims to take the charge, but Seals avoids it, gets to the free throw line. And as you said, Steve, that's a great way to just get your bearings, cut this deficit, limit those turnovers, try to get high percentage shots that you can convert.
2 fouls on Mims now, so that's of concern for Mike Delaney and his Warriors. And so far for Santa Cruz, 4 of their 6 points have come at the free throw line. We're coming up on 2 minutes to go in this opening quarter. A little press. Logan Dorsey. Inside it goes, and they force the turnover. That's Shilobo who turned it over. And that's going to go out off of the Cardinals and DeMarco Hunter.
Yeah, now Hunter gave great help to cause the turnover at the other end, but this is good coaching by Coach Milhouse here, Steve. This little 3-quarter court pressure, giving Alemany a different look.
You got to do something, maybe to let your defense start your offense, right? Because you're not shooting the ball.
No, absolutely.
John Delapena, a freshman, will handle now. He's going to come in with Mims going on the bench. Shilobo. Inside to Shilobo again. One-on-one turns, and a great block by Hunter, and a shot clock violation as a result.
Now defense in front of the respective benches, and the Cardinal student section really loves this. DeMarco Hunter, he's a defensive specialist. There's so many of the detailed defensive work, and it pays off for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Lawan Milhouse is a blown dunk there by Hunter. So that kid Hunter loves to defend the rim, and he did on the other possession. He's had some issues trying to slam it on the other end. Also calls him a baby giraffe. He's still kind of growing into his body, right?
Yeah, great response here by Santa Cruz early.
Still, they're 1 of 7. They've only made 1 field goal. Talked about the 3-point shooting prowess of Juan Vegala, and he misses. But a lot of times, guys in this building will take it from the NBA line. That's what coaches worry about, right? They see the NBA line and they think, oh, that's where I got to shoot from.
Yeah, it's a good point, Steve, just to have that court awareness, just to cozy on up to that high school 3-point line.
Demica Smith, wearing number 2, will hand it off here to Mo Cumberpatch. Back it goes to Smith. Tried for the alley-oop there, was looking for Kirby Seals. They're going to give up that possession, and Santa Cruz is going to end the first quarter of play having made only 1 field goal, shooting 12.5%, and still it's a manageable 4-point deficit. 1 quarter play, boys Division III state championship game from Sacramento. 10-6 lead for Alemany. Well, I think both teams would like to forget that first quarter from an offensive standpoint. Alemany is out of Mission Hills, California. We told you they were in the Mission League where they won only one game, but here they are, 24 wins on the season under the direction of Mike Delaney. The enrollment of 724 out of the southern section, and for Santa Cruz, 27-6. Public school with a little over 1,142 kids out of the Central Coast, and they were pretty dominant in that Santa Cruz Coast League. Both teams were 3 seeds, and so maybe the nerves are gone here for Santa Cruz. They made only 1 field goal in the first 8 minutes, and Alemany built a 10-2 lead in the first 5 minutes, then went scoreless for the last 3 minutes of that quarter. And on the drive, count it! That's Samuel Bengazzo.
Absolute big-time move by Bengazzo after the media timeout. Excellent coaching by Coach Delaney. The pump fake drives baseline. Strong move. And they love it at Alemany.
His numbers this season, 7 points a game, 7 rebounds. One of those 3 transfers that became eligible at the end of December. He played last year at a prep school in Iowa. It took him a little while for the southern section to clear him.
Now we got a little 1-2-2 zone action being deployed.
Dotton just shovels it off, but they get big bodies there defensively. And a rebound by Bengazzo.
This is another high-quality look that just didn't go down for Santa Cruz.
Kirby Seals has the only made field goal for Santa Cruz so far here. We're almost a full 9 minutes into this game. A little clutch and pump, and it's good. Michael Lindsay, who scores 15 a game.
20 versus Olympian, 19 versus Universal City, 23 versus Bosco Tech. Lindsay continuing to percolate up in Sacramento.
Couple of extra passes, and Bengazzo says not on my watch. Great rim protection. They were trying to feed the big man on the other end and reward him, huh?
What a delight for a perimeter defender to know that Bengazzo was behind you. I mean, that's even stronger, Steve, than me having you behind me. Tremendous athleticism, great anticipation block.
Left-handed shot missed out of the hands of Jared Mims, who's playing with 2 personal fouls, but he's back on the floor to start the second quarter. Dotton over the top of the trees. That was a tough 2, and on the rebound attempt, a foul on DeMarco Hunter, the 6'5 sophomore, as he went up. And what an assignment number 14 has here, dealing with Bengazzo down low. And Shilobo.
Yeah, Twin Towers. Very strong players.
Baby Giraffe's going to have to grow up quickly, huh?
Growing up right in front of our eyes. And really, for Santa Cruz, you know your offense is going to get better. So, despite the offensive woes early, you know, it's a 2-possession game. So you just got to dig in, believe it, trust it. Try to create some turnovers here, maybe get some breakaway layups. See the ball go through the basket will help.
6 of their 8 points have come from the free throw line. They've still only made 1 field goal, 1 of 11. That's 9.1%. Driving and count it. That's Logan Dorsey. He scores 10 a game. 6'5 senior. Transferred in from Crespi.
You see here, Crespi, great vision, absorbs the contact, and says, you know what, I'm going to go in here and finish. He's the captain of this squad. Big-time offensive move.
And we started talking about all those transfers, the 3 guys, and of course Dorsey coming from Crespi, which is a rival of Alemany. And since those transfers got eligible, they're 18-10 as a team. A 19th win would mean a second-ever state championship for Alemany. Their first one came in 2015. Getting his own offensive rebound on the missed shot was Hunter, and he's fouled. He can go back to the line, and they can add to it. They're staying into this game with their foul shooting.
Yeah, there's no question about it, Steve. You're absolutely right. And Alemany conversely shooting 50% from the floor. And Hunter has been absolutely relentless on the offensive glass. One of the things that Coach Delaney will reinforce in the huddle is that regardless of what defense we're in, if we're playing zone we still, Tom Izzo, shot goes up, hit someone, find it, go get it, and secure that defensive rebound.
Foul was on Shilobo as the second one drops. That's the second on Shilobo, so now you got a couple of starters with 2 personal fouls. Shilobo and Mims. A perfect 8 for 8 from the line of the Santa Cruz Cardinals. You do the math, 8 of their 10 points from the line. 1 of 12 shooting to begin things. They're down at 8.3%.
And the beauty of that free throw line is that the clock is stopped as you're attempting that comeback. Good deflection here.
Yep. And the steal, Hunter. Hunter scores almost 16 a game. He's got it now. And he throws it right over the top. Bengazzo. Dotton has it, puts it up, missed the chippy. Another offensive rebound and a putback that won't go. Another board. Oh my goodness. Is there a cap on that rim? Hunter must have burned 1,200 calories.
Inexorable, relentless effort by Hunter.
And on the other end, Logan Dorsey. Almost feels like final indignation right there, huh?
So now you've got to stick with it, trust it.
Hey, I wouldn't want to go around the rim either at this point. DeMarco Hunter unleashes and hits from 3, and that's just their second made field goal in 17 attempts.
And they were 0 for 12 until that shot. So the Cardinals love that.
And they're only down 6. Little Euro step through the defense. The floater by Lindsay is good.
Lindsay's so creative offensively, Steve.
Dotton has 2 points. They're both from the free throw line. In the corner. Try again, and the friendly bounce. It's much easier from out there than 1 foot in at this point. Hunter with back-to-back made 3s. A 5-point game inside of 4 to go, second quarter. Good passing inside. Dorsey came up short. Offensive rebound. Shilobo with the 2 fouls. And he scores some second chance points.
Yeah, Bengazzo missed a shot that soon he will dunk as his game progresses. But Shilobo cashes it.
Yeah, you forget. Bengazzo's a 6'9" sophomore. He's growing into his body. Hey, why not? A third time. And he missed off back iron. And they're going to keep the possession as it was last touched by the Warriors. And that's going to take us to a break. DeMarco Hunter to the rescue. They had missed 12 straight shots until he said, I'm going to get comfortable in that corner. He hits not 1 but 2. The lead is 6 for Alemany. There have been a lot of double-doubles in this building by NBA players, but there's almost a double-double here, and we still got 3:17 to go in the second quarter for one. DeMarco Hunter right there, throwing into that body, the youngster, and he has all 10 points in this quarter for Santa Cruz. He's kept him in it. Look at that body of work. One rebound away from a double-double, and what the rest of the team has done.
Tremendous production. Coach Millhouse told us that he does special things, and the sky is the limit for Hunter. They're very Domas Sabonis-like, Steve.
Yes. Here. The triple-double machine. That's a 3 misfired by Liam Jones Jr. They're now 3 of 20. Chilobo. Oh, great pass by the big guy to a cutting Paris Lassiter.
Absolutely gorgeous dish. Excellent vision. Lassiter cutting on the weak side, and he is the beneficiary. Great possession.
They could use a little offense out of Seals, who wears number 11. He's got it back. Got inside, double team comes, shuffles it off to the trailing Seals, and it's going to be out, staying with Santa Cruz.
Look at that vision by Bourgeois, getting it done. Chilobo, it's a big-time name. That's a kid, if I'm a college coach, I'm off. I didn't even see him. I know he's got game.
There's a runner by Liam Jones, his first made field goal of the game. Just the 4th for the Cardinals. They're within 7 here, coming up on 2 minutes to go before halftime. Boys Division III state championship game.
Love to see guys come off the bench and produce right away. We always ask the coaches about who wild card players could be, and Jones makes an immediate impact. The junior 6'4", cashing in.
Dorsey leaves it for Chilobo, and he got blocked from behind, stays with it, and the rebound for a double-double, the 10th rebound here already for DeMarco Hunter. He's got 10 and 10. Into Dotton, and Dotton had just a small window to get that shot up before it got blocked by Bengazzo. And Bengazzo is down. And he's going to be down in the lane here, and the officials will blow the play dead. That might be a break for the Cardinals here because the Warriors were on the attack. This is a big fella here, averaging 7.7 boards a game. Dotton off the schneid.
Yeah, so here, great vision and an excellent pass to find Dotton. And that's what Santa Cruz needs to get their one of their best guys going here.
Let's hope Bengazzo's okay. Limping off here. Looks like a left knee. And hopefully he'll be able to walk that off and it's nothing serious. We'll look at him on the end of the bench here.
Yeah, he was selected a top 30 All-Star at the Pangos All-Frosh Southwest Camp in Long Beach back in September, and certainly hoping for the best. You just hate to see the injuries here at any juncture, but hopefully we'll be able to balance.
5-point game now, coming up on 1:20 to go in the second quarter.
You feel the momentum here, Steve.
Yeah.
Santa Cruz has found it.
And there's a 3 to swell the momentum.
So now Lindsay has been so good at getting to the basket, creative in the mid-range, finishing, and then what does he do? He steps back and makes a 3, showing his diversity, scoring at all 3 levels.
You're a big word guy. Did I just make up a word there and swell? I don't even know. Here's a fast break. 3-on-1. Dotton trying to defend. Coming back was Seals. That's going to be Cardinals ball, and they've got a chance here with 50 seconds to go.
Great point, Steve. How do you manage this last 40 seconds now?
I don't think it could have gone any worse for them in the first half. So Coach Millhouse probably just going to tell these guys, just grind it out, man. Keep playing. And getting his pocket pick right there was Hunter. Here's Mims. Lindsay into traffic, forces one up, and it goes right to Chilobo for the slam.
An emphatic stuff.
Dotton. And a foul will be called. Alemany now has 4 times the amount of points in the paint than Santa Cruz after this slam by Shilobo.
Yeah, so Lindsay trying to make something happen, slips over to Shilobo, who gets it done in a big way. A kid who averages 10 points, 9 rebounds per game.
I'm not sure where Santa Cruz is if they've ever seen this kind of size.
He looked a little bit like Uncle Jeff Green on that slam.
Did. Shot clock is off. Final few seconds here. Seals driving. Spin move. Puts it up. And that's how the first half ends. Santa Cruz was down big. And then DeMarco Hunter, as a double-double in the first half, rescued them. Did number 14 in white there in that second quarter. And made it a manageable deficit. But give the props when they are due to here to Alemany, who shot 52% of the first half. Big fellows were great, and Alemany's got the halftime lead. Let's check in with Nikki.
All right, Coach, that slam by Shilobo, an exclamation point to the advantage you have in the paint here in the first half. How do you continue to exploit that in the second?
I think we just got to really work on our spacing. They do a great job of crowding the paint and not allowing us to get spacing. And I think we space them out and we live in the paint. And one of those things, we want to win the paint battle. And so far we're doing a good job.
And defensively, you hold them to less than 20% from the field throughout the majority of the first half. But a lot of their points coming at the free throw line and at the hands of Hunter. So where do your priorities lie in the third and fourth quarters?
I think just getting out to shooters. Getting out to shooters and understanding we got to be under control. One of those things is controlled closeouts. We've given a lot of free throws, and I think they've hit the rim once on those free throws. And so we got to shore up those closeouts, and I think we'll be in good shape.
All right. Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Nikki. Again, Santa Cruz shot just 21%. They made 5 field goals in that first half of play. It could have been worse. Alemany getting 9 from Michael Lindsay. And the Warriors have a 10-point halftime lead from Sacramento. Back in Sacramento, boys Division III state championship game has reached halftime. Bishop Alemany out of Mission Hills leads the Santa Cruz Cardinals by 20. It's the biggest lead of the game for Alemany. They share it here at the half. We'll be back with first half highlights and stats after this. Back in Sacramento, Alemany enjoys their biggest lead of this boys Division III state championship game. It's 30-20, and the South badly needs a win after the North has won the first 3 games as we play Game 4 here on this Friday from Sacramento. Back courtside here, Golden One Center. Steve Quist, Bill Correnda, your thoughts on that first half?
Solid, and Santa Cruz really struggled offensively, but they've hung in. Early third quarter will be critical for both squads.
Take a look at the first half highlights, and Michael Lindsay leading the scoring here with 9 points for Alemany.
Very efficient, 4 of 6, and he did it in all thirds. You see there the great finish. Here a little hesitation behind the back in the mid-range, and Lindsay getting it done, catch and shoot here. So he's averaging 21 in the playoffs and 15 overall. He's been as advertised so far tonight.
What a first half. You could say what a second quarter alone for DeMarco Hunter. He's already got a double-double.
There's a kid who averages 16 and 7, and he's been big, Steve, to keep Santa Cruz in this game. We see him here. He loves that corner 3. Just a sophomore. Oodles of upside to his game. A nice soft touch there as well. And he's been relentless on the offensive glass, too.
Here you take a look at the first half statistics, and the Cardinals have finally come out onto the floor here. And there's only 90 seconds to go before we resume things in the third quarter. 21% shooting for Santa Cruz. They made only 1 field goal in the first quarter. That covered 8 minutes. Anything else stand out to you?
Yeah, well, certainly shooting a little bit better from 3. And, you know, one of the big question marks around this game is Bengazzo was injured. What is his status for the second half?
And looks ready to go here. Went down with that left knee injury. And we hope to see him for the start of the third quarter, which will come up after this break. Here we go. The Cardinals out of the locker room. They have taken the floor. It'll be interesting to see what sorts of adjustments Lawan Millhouse in his 10th season made. Again, they were in there for a long time. They didn't come out onto the floor until there were 90 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and tough first half offensively. Shooting 21%. Mims, Dorsey, and Lindsay with that great ball pressure, and then Shalobo and Bengazzo protecting the basket. We'll see if Santa Cruz can get off to a better start offensively second half.
And a turnover. Mosiah Cumberpatch turns it over. Mims back the other way. Mims in that first half had 4 points. He picked up a couple of quick fouls. And there's a good start for Alemany to begin the proceedings here in the third quarter of play. Lindsay's got another bucket.
Yeah, headed to Idaho State to play football. He'll be a Bengal, and he is getting it done on the hardwood right now.
Demica Smith.
Coach Millhouse told us, Steve, if they get a couple of guys in double figures, they're tough to beat. It's good to see Smith starting to percolate.
Mims rebounded his own miss and gets it out to Dorsey. Again, things could not have gone worse for Santa Cruz in that first quarter. They went 1 of 8. They only shot 21%. And that is Bengazzo with a miss, but an offensive rebound by the other big, Shalobo. Bengazzo put it on the floor. Why not? Leans into it. Man, what in the Patrick Ewing's going on there?
Gorgeous touch by the big man. And this is a good timeout by Coach Millhouse. Down 12. Just not really in a groove yet. It's been a frustrating evening thus far. So it's a good timeout to try to settle the troops.
Yeah, largest lead of the game so far for Alemany. I hear some screaming in the huddle to the left of us. Let's check in with Nikki Kay. Nikki?
Well, guys, through the first half, Santa Cruz only scoring 4 points in the paint. And when I spoke to Coach Millhouse coming out of halftime, he said my message to the guys was as simple as this: make some layups.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the way you figure it out.
The late Chuck Daly said it, shooting makes up for a multitude of sins, and sometimes there's no substitute for putting the ball in the basket, and hopefully for Coach Millhouse's squad, they'll start to do that more consistently.
It's that easy. I mean, we're just looking at it with our jaws down, saying, how do you only make one field goal over the first 8 minutes here in a state championship game? Both teams have won 1 in school history. There's Hunter had the hot hand with 10 second quarter points, had a double-double in the first half. Offensive rebounds have been key for both sides. And Dotton got his pocket picked there by Mims. Mims with a run out. Mims attacks. He gets downhill, missed it. Rebounded by Smith, who will get 5.5 of those a game.
So in the first half, Santa Cruz had 8 turnovers, but only 2 in the second quarter. But we see 2 quick ones early. First possession turnover. So that certainly thwarts your offensive effort as well.
And Alemany cashed in 8 points off of turnovers in that first 16 minutes. Smith. Cumberbatch as they swing it around. There's 6 to shoot. Pulling the trigger is Smith. He missed it. And a fight for the rebound underneath, and Bengazzo is fouled.
So if you notice that possession against the zone, the ball is around the perimeter, doesn't touch the paint.
Fouls on DeMarco Hunter. That's going to be his first. First team foul for either side to begin the third quarter. And to the bench goes Bengazzo. Kind of tweaked that left knee at the end of the second quarter. Happy to see that he's back. Mims, he's got to hurry, and we got a timeout before there was a backcourt violation. So Mike Delaney does a good job. You got 4 of them. You might as well use it to save a possession here with your team up 35-23.
Absolutely, Steve. You kind of taken aback a little bit by the pressure. He'll get to that. And, of course, you want to embrace that pressure as an invitation for a dunk at the other end. Be strong with the basketball.
Well, we told you that the South needs to win because over the course of the day here on Friday in the morning, it has been all North. We start in the girls here. Oakland's Deja Teague. She had 15 with 7 assists. The Oakland Wildcats win the Division V championship over Montgomery out of San Diego. They do it by 6. Game 2, Evan Lucas, Athenian High School. Danville, it's not a big school. He's going to go off for 20 points, and they're champs in boys Division V, beating Verdugo Hills. And then in Game 3, the girls, it's Emmy Almeida, the coach's kid from Carruthers, just south of Fresno. She had 15 of her 21 points in the second half, and Carruthers wins the girls Division III championship.
You just see the joy and jubilation in the players and coaches' faces. Magical moments at Golden Wall.
Oh, Lindsay gets downhill, attacks, and has 2 more.
Speaking of magical moments, downhill is right, partner.
14 for Lindsay, averages 15 a game for a team that's won 10 consecutive games in Alemany after winning just 1 league game. Inside it goes, and that's points 11 and 12 for DeMarco Hunter.
The gorgeous give and go. Dot and his teammate finds him. Well done.
You think of the talent as Hunter can't keep that from going out of bounds. It's going to stay with Alemany. You think about the talent in the Mission League, right? With Harvard Westlake, we'll see in the Open Division Championship game. And Sierra Canyon, right? And this Alemany team that gets to an Open Championship. That league alone, Notre Dame, right? We saw them last year with kids going to Duke and Gonzaga and Mercy Miller going to Houston.
You coach in that league, you sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
You wake up every couple hours crying.
On the spin move, Dorsey came up short. Missed chance at second chance points, and we're going for the 50-50 ball. Let's look at DeMarco Hunter.
So here, just great aptitude to get to the basket. Rim run in a short half-court scenario. Very smart, intelligent. Defense is a step behind him. And Dotton, to his credit, finds the sophomore who lays it in.
12 and 2. They called that a tie-up, so the possession arrow was pointing towards Alemany. Got a 12-point advantage. Little catch and shoot. They tried that on the other end there off the inbound, and Mims has missed both times doing that. But it doesn't matter. You got a steal here and a takeaway. And Mims and a reach-in foul. Looks like they're going to get Demica Smith, the senior guard, for the foul.
Yeah, Mims is such a quick player, great on-ball defender, as we saw there with the steal. He's got the furtive nature, 17 points per night. He's been one of the best guards in the Mission League since his sophomore campaign, now a senior.
And you think Trent Perry's in that league, right? The elite guard in that Mission League. We'll see them tomorrow night at 8 o'clock inside this building. You and I had them on Tuesday in a win over Roosevelt,
which they trailed by 10 on their home floor.
Yep.
Perry went for 42 in the game prior, a 1-point win over Carlsbad.
Yep, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. Turnover for Santa Cruz. Yeah, that seems to be what Harvard Westlake has been best known for in the regionals, is falling behind and then having miraculous second half turnarounds. Santa Cruz had 7 turnovers, by the way, in the first half.
Coach Rabibo, he doesn't have any gray hair yet, but it could cause that. He'd like to reverse that trend tomorrow night. So I think they had a deflection here, Steve, and then Santa Cruz obtained possession.
Yeah, that's what they said. Initially, they were going to give it to the Warriors. Inside, and that is 2 more. Wow, Hunter with points 13 and 14 to go along with his 10 rebounds.
He's been great. Monster production from Hunter.
Yep, an all-league kid as they get it into Mims for an easy lay-in. Just a breakdown of the defense there for Santa Cruz.
Yeah. Coach Delaney loves that. Remember, he called a quick timeout when he saw the pressure, and that's good execution.
Half dozen for Mims. Lead back up to a dozen. And they're going to turn it over one more time. Saving it to the mid-floor there is Lassiter. Lassiter attacks off the window.
Lassiter known for his defensive prowess.
And there's another turnover. That's a dozen turnovers. Lindsay throws it down. They're closing in on a 20-point advantage.
Alemany with the extension.
Lindsay with 16. Santa Cruz is playing too fast right now.
And that happens sometimes, Steve. That's an excellent point. Sometimes you play a little bit too fast offensively, and then you're a step slow defensively. And we're seeing that. It's an excellent point by you.
You think about what Alemany has to do night in and night out in the Mission League, right? This probably feels like a piece of cake. And Santa Cruz is very talented. They get a takeaway at 2-on-1. Skying in and count it! DeMarco Hunter.
That was a great dish by Seals, who Coach Millhouse believes is one of the best athletes in the state. And Hunter has been absolutely terrific. He's a little gassed right here. And Lindsay, it's showtime for Alemany. And at the other end, the response, Seals dishing to Hunter, looking to finish the old-fashioned way with a three-point play.
Hunter with 16 and 10. They've kept him off the glass as Alemany here in the second half. He had 10 points in the second quarter alone. He had a double-double in the first half. 3 fouls on Lassiter. And completing the three-point play is Hunter. He has 17 and 10.
And Coach Millhouse told us he doesn't even understand his upside. And Hunter is doing it on a big stage here thus far tonight.
Yeah, quite the upside. He's just a sophomore. He's a 2-year varsity starter. He's all league. Almost 16 points a game, 7 rebounds.
And notice how he can guard multiple positions, right?
That's what they say he's his best at. Loves just a defensive challenge.
Yep. And that, Steve, will ingratiate yourself with college coaches. Because if you're willing to pay your dues, you're going to get minutes.
And that's going to be Santa Cruz ball, the missed shot by Bengazzo.
It's like UB Brown says, an NBA game is never over. You can say the same thing about the CIF state playoffs here. Look at the Cardinals. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Boy, that's just, just a lack of focus, to be honest with you, to put it mildly. And that's Kirby Seals there. He was first team all league.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that Coach Millhouse calls him a game changer. And for Santa Cruz right now, it's about maintaining your poise and equanimity, one possession at a time. Get a defensive stop here if you don't turn over the opposition. Trust each other. This is a squad that told Coach Millhouse, we're not going to lose again. And they're unexpectedly in Sacramento.
14 turnovers now for the Santa Cruz Cardinals, 7 of those in this third quarter alone. Down 13, final minute of the third quarter, and it's sticking with Alemany. There'll be 9 to shoot, 51.4 to go here in the third.
Bengazzo's a real presence, Steve, on the floor.
It is. 6'9" sophomore. The game looks pretty refined, actually.
He's got like a little bit of his, you mentioned Ewing earlier, he's got like a little Zion Williamson in him as well.
He does.
I'll tell you, he passes the eye test, you know what I'm saying? You see him getting off the bus, you get a little nervous.
They don't have to hurry, and a great move there, Logan Dorsey.
Absolutely gorgeous. The captain getting it done.
He's got 7. That's a 15th turnover. And there is Bengazzo, and he's going to get fouled. Or they're going to call that one against the Warriors. They're going to say stepped out of bounds? Yeah, I don't think there was a foul. I think he wound up stepping out of bounds right in front of us. We can't see because of the partition in front of us. See if this better angle here.
So we...
Oh. Never mind.
A great, absolutely gorgeous move by Logan Dorsey. The transfer from Crespi, getting it done in creative fashion.
17 points for Alemany coming off the 15 turnovers by the Santa Cruz Cardinals, who beat Fresno Bullard in the regional title game. They talked about it being a roller coaster of a season, but they got here. It's been a roller coaster of the first 3 quarters, I'll tell you that much. And there is a 16th turnover, and that time it's Hunter, who's been playing his rear off here.
Yeah, and that's the story of the game, right? It's evolved from tough offensive going to turnovers. And as Michael Malone, who used to coach the Kings, coached the Nuggets to a championship, frequently says, you cannot beat yourself and the opponent on the same night. That's been a conundrum.
They've been beating teams pretty well in this regional. They've won 3 regional games, Santa Cruz, by 14, 18, and 17. That was in the NorCal, and that's the end of the third quarter. And another productive third quarter for Alemany. They are 8 minutes away from their second ever state championship, their first since 2012, and Lindsay's been dynamite through 3. Alemany is 8 minutes away from their second ever state championship. They have a 15-point advantage. And look, this is third quarter alone. Alemany with 9 points off of turnovers. Santa Cruz 9 turnovers. They had 3 more turnovers than field goals in that third quarter.
Yeah, that's the story of the second half. And they're down entering the final stanza by 15. And Steve, they came out at halftime trailing by 10 after shooting 21% from the floor in the first half. So it's turned into a field goal percentage issue to a turnover conundrum.
Now 16 turnovers for the game for Santa Cruz. They lob it inside, and that's 2 more points. 18 and 19 for Hunter. Of those 16 turnovers through the first 3 quarters, Alemany has parlayed that into 17 points. Lead by 13. Lindsay attacks, misses, rebounds his own shot, and has the bucket.
Now Lindsay is on 18 points and soaring, averaging 21 in the playoffs. He's been terrific.
He's likely to get that here early evening, late afternoon in Sacramento. There's Dotton, who's been awfully quiet. The league MVP, quick little timeout after the bucket. And if they can get him going in the fourth quarter, maybe things will have a different outcome. Nikki K with more on Alemany in that third quarter. Nikki.
Yes, in that last huddle, a lot of the players looking around at each other, looking each other in the eyes and saying, 8 more minutes, guys, 8 more minutes, holding up the floor, saying this is a game of 4 quarters. And when Coach Delaney addressed his guys, he said, hey, listen, we are expecting them to press. As we are up 15, now is the time to score. Let's take advantage in the first 4 minutes of this quarter and seal the deal.
47-34, 7:16 to go. You know, Bishop Alemany and the Warriors, they had to wait for the transfers to become eligible and then the chemistry right. And they hit 500 at 15-15 in January. They had a very tough schedule. And I don't think anybody thought they'd be here, especially winning just one league game, but here they are. And a turnover. Uncharacteristic in this game for Alemany. Here's Hunter. He's had a fabulous game. Slings it inside. Dot makes the extra pass. Tried to get it back to Dot. He grabs it. And that's going to be a 3-second violation. Our first of the game for either side.
Santa Cruz had made their last 5 field goal attempts. Starting to get their offense going here. And, of course, no question you've got to pressure here. Fourth quarter trailing by 13. Still a lot of time, however.
Alemany's completely taken Dotton out of it. He averages 16 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists a game. He's got 4 points on 1 of 5 shooting, and we're coming up on 6.5 to go in the game. And a takeaway, another turnover. Here's Mims. Mims is going to take the 3. And in the offensive end, on the offensive glass there, a foul. Bruised and battered is Bengazu in this one.
Yeah, we see, you know, great balance in the Alemany roster. When you've got bigs like Chilobo and, of course, Bengazo, and you've got the great perimeter play of guys like Lindsay and Mims and Dorsey. Very deep squad.
Chilobo at the line. He's been bruised and battered as well, like Bengazo. But it's those 2 bigs in the middle that have really, I know we talk a lot about the turnovers and stuff and parlaying them into points, but where would they be without Chilobo and Bengazo?
Yeah, they're space eaters. They have the ability to alter the opposition's shots. Little zone look here by Alemany, which we've seen from time to time tonight.
Dotton, and he's going to be 1 for 6. Got his own offensive rebound, was fouled underneath. And he can go to the line. Well, this might help here with 5:59 to go.
Yeah, so we saw that early, Steve, right? At halftime, Santa Cruz was 8 of 8 from the free throw line. They're currently 9 of 9 as Dotton tries to cut this deficit with the clock stopped.
He's the one that had the January players only meeting. Remember, they had 2 meetings that Nikki was talking about. One, a team meeting, and then because of his leadership earlier in the season, had that team meeting, and Coach Milhouse says, we don't even know what they said. Like, nothing leaked out. But they've been great ever since.
Yeah.
Mims inside of 6 minutes to go. 13-point game. Biggest lead has been 16. Mims slings it inside. Chilobo put it on the floor, gets it back. And then as he went up, a travel will be called.
That was good defense by Santa Cruz, collapsing on Chilobo.
Chilobo was the transfer from the San Gabriel Valley Academy. The other transfers came from Crespi and then prep school in Iowa. Another takeaway should lead to an easy bucket here by Mims. I've seen enough turnovers.
Mims very opportunistic, a great finisher.
Oh! Are you kidding me? It's going to be a foul. Chilobo skying in.
Now this was picked up, by the way, at Sacramento International Airport. Flight 11 and a rejection by Flight 4.
That's the Elvis Presley, man. Return to sender. Address unknown. That's going to send. Kirby Seals, a junior, to the line. 12 points a game, 7 boards, almost 4 assists, a couple steals. And back in is Bengazzo. This is their second miss at the free throw line, 11 of 13. Shooting percentage is tipped up a little bit to 32%. Bengazzo followed it and fouled from behind. Got Dotton.
That was a great pass by Shilobo. Excuse me, by Bengazzo. And you know, you get just look at his instincts for the game and his intelligence. Get a good look at Lindsay here. Full court pressure by Alemany.
Want to deliver the knockout punch. A drive. Hunter rejected. Bengazzo. Oh, great rim protection on the run out. Extra pass. Lindsay. No offensive rebound. Lindsay blocked out of bounds by Dotton. It's going to stay with Alemany.
So we talked about this earlier, Steve. Great extension and anticipation by Bengazzo.
He's got 3 blocks in the game. Just a sophomore, 6'9". Hands it off to Mims. Mims tries to feed Bengazzo. Puts it on the floor. And again, Dotton's doing a good job defensively.
You know, Bengazzo even had the presence of mind to maybe feed it out to the 3-point line.
Speaking of threes, that's good. Liam Jones, timeout Santa Cruz. 11-point game with 4:24 to go.
Now remember, in the first half, Jones got in, scored immediately, and he makes another contribution here.
Yep, he's got 5 points. Maybe Santa Cruz can mount a comeback when we come back from the break. 11-point lead for Alemany. Alemany has an 11-point lead, 4:24 to go in the 4th Boys Division III State Championship game. We were discussing this, Alemany in the Mission League with Sierra Canyon, Notre Dame, Harvard Westlake. Forgot about Derek Fisher-led Crespi, right? He's the head coach there. St. Francis, Loyola, Chaminade. 3 teams out of the Division I section championships. Here's their road to the playoffs. So if you take care of business in a league like that, you could end up in the Open Division. They win 1 game and end up here in Division III. They may win a state championship. That league might produce 2 state champions when it's all said and done. And one of them was a 1-win team in league. How about that for competitive balance? Huh?
Incredible. And Coach Millhouse of Santa Cruz, he told us, Steve, after watching Alemany on tape, he said they're big, they're long, they've got good guard play. He obviously knew that Coach Delaney's squad was stacked. Still a lot of time left here. So Alemany must be strong with the basketball, expect contact, don't necessarily expect a whistle. You know the Cardinals are going to give everything they have here and leave it all on the floor. Coach Millhouse told them, leave a mark, do your job.
Dorsey high off the window, rebounded by Seals. Gets it to Hunter, who's got the double-double with 19 and 12. Hunter puts it on the floor. Dotton, they got to get him going, and they're running out of time. Jones to Dotton. Dotton puts it up, another miss.
Good look, too. Just couldn't finish it.
Lindsay left open, fires up the 3, missed back iron. Another offensive rebound.
Yeah, to give Alemany extra possessions at this juncture makes the road even tougher for Santa Cruz.
Lindsay on the drive, got downhill and changed hands.
He is a crafty finisher, Steve. We've seen him finish in a variety of ways. Absolutely gorgeous move.
That's his 3rd 20-point game in the playoffs. Dotton got the offensive rebound and count it. They're not out of it yet.
Look at Lindsay cogitating, reading the defense, says, whoops, if you get out of your defensive position, I'm going to blow right by you. And here's Dotton, opportunistic, the avarice for the offensive glass. The Cardinals not going away.
Dotton is 3 out of 9 shooting, looking to get into double figures. Again, the league MVP that averages 16 points, 7 rebounds. He's a 4-year starter. He's a 6'6" senior. Got him within 10 now. Under 3 to go. Chilobo just picked up his 3rd foul.
Notice Hunter guarding Mims, big guarding a little.
Alemany drives in with a left hand. It's Mims for Alemany with a bucket. They're back up 12.
That's a big-time basket.
Yep. He's got 10. Dotton gets rid of it quickly. Hunter for 3. You betcha. He's not going to miss today. 22 and 12 for DeMarco Hunter. And he averages almost 16 a game with 7 boards. Left-handed shot by Mims, high off the board, is good. Doesn't for Mims. Well, you can't trade baskets now.
You don't want to play horse with Mims either, because that lefty scoop shot is deadly.
Dotton put it on the floor, nearly stolen by Chilobo. Hunter, 50-50 ball, Chilobo got it. Dorsey. Inside of 2 minutes to go, Alemany can feel it. Their last championship was 2012, also in Division III. And a foul up high, Jones on Mims.
So we see Mims here, little hesitation dribble, uses the angles, the English. He makes it look so easy, but the reps and the hard work in June, July, August that we don't see.
38 of their 56 points for Alemany have come in the paint.
It's like Professor Duckworth's iceberg illusion. You only see the success at the top, Steve. You don't see the blood, the sweat, the tears that gets you here.
Hunter with a foul. Now remember, they changed the rule this year for free throws, and so 5 1/4 gets you to the free throw line, not for a 1-and-1, but 2. So the 1-and-1 is gone in the high school game in the state of California. And so for Santa Cruz, they've given 4. Let's see if they give one more and try and make this a free throw game. They're not going to have to there because Mims couldn't keep it from going to the backcourt, so it'll be a turnover. 20 turnovers for Santa Cruz. That is the 11th for Alemany.
Steve, how about this jumping off the stat sheet? Mims has 8 steals thus far. How about that?
Oh, it's amazing. Lawton for 3 with a left hand. It's a ball game now. 56-48. They trap Lindsay and they get a foul. Oh, they were a millisecond away from getting a steal.
Now, Lindsay thought he was fouled, and he may have been fouled a couple of times on that play. But again, the key is that at this juncture, again, expect contact. Don't expect to necessarily be bailed out with a whistle. And Lindsay will get to the free throw line here.
With 2 free throws, now that that's the 15th foul of the quarter, he gets 2. The 1-and-1 is gone in California high school basketball. First one is good. That's just their 5th free throw of the game. They're 3 of 5. There's Mims and steals. Give me that number again. 8?
8 steals. An absolutely furtive left-handed point guard. He has devastated the opposition tonight with those steals.
What a remarkable number. That's got to be a record for a CIF game. And that's going to be basket interference. Boy, that looked like it was going in, but Kirby seals.
Good call by the officials. They were right on the case.
We got our best guys on it. JR looking at the championship records at the same time that I was. You think I can beat him? I can't even hear me, can I?
He is on the case.
He looked a little bored over there. I'm going to let him look up that record. Might even be an arena record. Try and figure that one out. I don't need that. 58 seconds to go. 10-point game. We're going to have free throws at the other end. Lindsay, and boy, what a run to the state championship Lindsay has had. Add to the resume right now, potentially a 24-point game. He's got 23. He scored 20, 19, 23, and his second 23-point game of the state playoffs. That includes the regionals, obviously. Looking for his high water mark here of 24, and a miss. But a rebound there and putting it back up. Bengazzo, and he missed it. 11-point game inside of a minute to go. Hunter to Jones. Quick trigger on the 3 is short, and oh my goodness, they're going to call that basket interference. That's just because he's too tall and too strong. You know what I mean? He's got too good a leaping ability, because that was 3 feet short. They might overrule this. Oh no, they're going to count. They're going to say that's a 3. You rarely ever see a basket interference on a 3 call. This thing's coming up 3 feet short, folks. He just goes up.
Well, you know, would it have touched the cylinder? Does it have a shot to go in?
More importantly, that makes it an 8-point game.
Yes.
That could be a crucial call when it's all said and done.
Absolutely. So, no one says winning a state championship is easy. And, you know, Coach Delaney told us, Steve, that, you know, they're very much about the score, stop, score. And tonight they were able to force so many turnovers. But again, now you must execute over the final 42 seconds to finish this.
Well, Santa Cruz won 1 title in 2015, but trying to deny him a second one is Michael Lindsay with another 23-point game in the playoffs.
Yeah, so consistent. Here he's got so much room and time. He says, you can't give me that space. Here, drive by, rotation is slow. And there's Mims, one of his 8 steals, and he finds Lindsay. He knows what to do. Showtime at Golden One Center. The nephew of Cheryl and Reggie Miller, a wide receiver DB who's going to be an Idaho State Bengal. And he's also terrific.
Here comes the full court press. And back to get it was Lassiter. Ahead to Mims with a left hand. Scores the easy bucket. Beats the press there.
Textbook. Well done.
Stretches it back to a double-digit deficit. Dotton for three. It's short. Lindsay has the rebound. They can feel it now. Under 30 seconds to go. And Hunter's going to commit the foul on Lindsay here. That'll extend the game momentarily, but I think it's fait accompli here for Alemany. They're going to have their first championship in 12 years.
And as you've alluded to, Steve, just a credit to Coach Delaney and his staff and players sticking with it through a tough road, of course, in league play, treacherous terrain there, and they get it done postseason style.
And so the two teams wave the white flag, and the subs will come in right now for both teams. So classy to let the rest of your roster get in here, and what is an 11-point ball game? 26 seconds to go. Lindsay was fantastic again. A game-high 25. So he's had 20, 19, 23, and now 25 in the postseason.
Yeah, scintillating play. Great production.
That was Diego Payne who tried to bank one in. Dotton is still in. A little spin move, and with the left hand off the window. Dotton had 15 in this game, and with .2 to go, it's out of bounds. And Alemany is 0.2 of a second away from winning one league game and then winning a state championship. And that's it. It's over. Alemany's got its second ever state championship. When they won it in 2012, Trey Meeks was their head coach. They then played at Power Balance Pavilion, which was the Arco Arena, the old home of the Kings. They beat Sacred Heart Cathedral by 4, and they win their second state title. And let's go to Nikki, who's with certainly our player of the game, Michael Lindsay.
Michael, when you think about the way this season started, 1-6, 7th in Mission League, and now you're a state champion. What does that say about Alemany basketball?
It says that we played a really tough league, and we know that no matter what, never give up. We're a great team, great program. We just work hard every practice, and we executed and got it done for the state.
You had MVP chance here at the end of the game for you. You finished with 25 points. It was your third 20-plus point game of the postseason. What was the tone you wanted to set for your team?
I knew I had to come out here, play strong. I know the team needed me as well as everyone else, so I just had to play hard, stick to my form shooting, and get the win. Yeah.
You end your high school career a state champion. How good does it feel to be bringing home the trophy to Alemany?
This is the farthest I've ever been, so it feels great, especially because it's my senior year. I can just finish off high school with a win and hang up my medals and everything. So I love Alemany, great program, and I'm thankful for everything.
Hang up the medals, Michael. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Well, I know he's going to be a football player at Idaho State. Maybe they can get him to walk on. I can't imagine that this is the last ever competitive basketball game that he plays. He scores 25 to go along with 5 rebounds, and Alemany is state champs for the second time ever. Well, it's been our pleasure serving you here, and finally the South comes through for the first time on this Championship Friday. Alemany wins it wire to wire. For Bill Horrenda, Nikki Kay, our producer Matt Graham, I'm Steve Quist. We'll talk to you shortly when we turn it over to the girls here